Hello. Mm, the idea for this episode is coming from me working on the last episode where I was using a PSD from a Photoshop file from Photoshop. Um, I was using like a nested sequence, and I was trying to synchronize the screen captured videos to that nested sequence, or if you want the other way around, to synchronize the nested sequence to the placement of the videos. So the idea, it was simple, that I was like having a video to explain something, and before that I was having um, a small master template from Motion just to write down the ideas. And before the small template, uh, I wanted to place an image of keyboard where to show, using the layers from Photoshop, where to show the actual keys on the keyboard that we were using to get the result. For example, in here is the first. It was about playing using your space bar key, and playing backwards using shift space bar key. So it was like this. Sorry, I didn't have the patience to render my movie, and it was like this. And after that you jump into the motion template, and after that you jump on the screen capture. So the idea, it's simple. Let's try and redo the whole process. And I have a new PSD file in here that it has a little bit on the other PSD file I was having like 27, I think 27 layers, but now let's do it with 3 layers. And let's make a new sequence, and in this sequence let's drop 2 or 3 movies, 2 or 3 clips. Let's hit yes for the auto confirm, so that my sequence settings will be the same with the clip that I'm using. So let's say that I want 3 seconds, a 3 second gap between those clips, and I want to fill that with the 3 layers that I have them on my PSD file. So now Shift Z for fit your timeline to screen, and a simple way is to select your movies and then just hit plus 3 point for 3 seconds, and then the other twos, and plus 3 point, and the last one it's plus 3 point. Okay, so now I've got the gaps, and I just want to put my my PSD as a nested sequence on top of that. First problem is that usually depends on your user preferences on editing still freeze duration. That is gonna be the duration of your PSD file, but if you can open the sequence and just drag one of the X layers from Photoshop, and then when you come back you got this kind of thing. but you can also, because I was having a really big let's, for trying to keep the gaps, let's delete. And as I was saying, because I was having a really big and long sequence in timeline, I needed just to place a slug that would be the duration of the timeline in here, just to synchronize the long how much time it's gonna last one of the PSD sequence. So now I have like 124. Let's copy that, go to my PSD file, and let's say 124, and that would be way off, but we can do here, let's say slug, and by default I think this slug is gonna be for 2 minutes, but I want it like, well, not an hour, but because I was copying from the sequence timeline, and I was having the sequence timeline to start from 1 hour up. And now let's hit enter, and that's my slug, and let's put it over a new track. And now if I'm coming here and just placing my PSD file, it's gonna have the same length as the clips beneath. So now all I need is just select a PSD and mark what I want, where I have the gaps. Then when you go back to the PSD sequence, you should have all the marks up here. So now let's say that I want layer 1 to be filling here and till here. So E for extend, edit, let's say that this one, I want it here, and the other one here. Now I can delete the slug, and also all my tracks, just to keep it simple. Now when I will go back here, I'll have the clip. After that I'll have one first layer synchronized to that, then the second one, then the third one. Okay, so that's pretty much like it. I don't think it's the best idea, but it's the fastest that came to me. So maybe I'll have some updates to this episode. Thank you.